Christian Novels Audiobooks, The Story of Wayne and Jean Vozzolo, The Cross Penny, episode number 38. The two men worked through the night stapling the barbed wire to the trees. Mark positioned the wire on the inside of the trees where the cows couldn't break it down when they pushed against it. Mosley, Pastor Masek, held wire as Mark hammered the staples, stretched the wire, and put in the cinches to join the wires together. Ever so often, where the trees were further apart, he put strays of barbed wire in between to strengthen the fence. "Well, Pastor, I believe we have enough done to get your Bacchus and the Torah. We'll finish up after we corral them in. Your milk cows are friendlier than the beef cattle we had. Ours were wild and mean, not used to anybody, and really hard to wrangle. My Bacchus are so gentle, even Ampero is safe around them. Ricky even lets Ampero milk her. The Torah is gentle, too. I started with one Bacca, Ricky, and I didn't know she was pregnant. I traded her heifer calf for my brother's Risa heifer calf. He traded another heifer calf for her. Later, someone who didn't have any Bacchus gave me the Toro. They didn't want to bother with him anymore. Risa and I share him. Our Bacchus aren't kin to him at all. I have milk for my family with some to sell, plus they give me fertilizer for my garden, and we even have vegetables from our garden to sell and fertilizer to sell. So does Risa. We will have even more milk after Muta has her baby." "This is Muta's first calf?" Mark asked. "Yes. Oh, Mark, Risa is going to take the team to the next drill site. That is site number 3, several miles from where you are working now. It's a ways through rough terrain, and you will have to set up sleeping camp there. When do you think you will be finished with well number 2? "Pastor Masek, we got through earlier than we thought. I guess we finally figured out how to work together instead of fighting. We actually finished it yesterday. We were going to rest up today, and they were going to catch up on their laundry. I did my laundry like I do every day last night after I showered. I was going to then bring this barbed wire to you tomorrow and pick up the castings and screen for well number 3. We left the equipment all locked up at the current site, knowing it would be closer to the next site. Come to think of it, I accidentally left one of my bags in that trailer. Pastor Masek responded, "It'll be fine. Hopefully Risa can get you there before the rainy season really starts. He's already moved the casting screens and the well disinfectants there with his ox. He will bring his ox back to move the drill wagon. You guys sure don't want to pull that thing by hand." "Well, Pastor Masek, if last night was any indication, I would guess the rainy season has already started, at least on the other side of this hill." Mark pointed in the direction of the mission. "I hope not. There are so many mudslides during the rainy season, and those folks a couple of hills over really need clean drinking water. They get so sick, and some of the babies even die from the dirty water." He shook his head. Pastor Masek continued, "The church is growing, but the people are poor. They can't afford to pay me, so these Bacchus and the Torah are my livelihood. Thank you for helping me and my family." "You're welcome. Glad I could help." With a handful of food, the Bacchus and the Torah were easily enticed to go inside the strange-looking fence. Mark looked at the cows and examined their bellies. He noticed both were lying down and then getting up very often, like they were very uncomfortable. "Wow, they are restless because they will be delivering calves soon, both of them. Rick is smaller, Muta's bigger. Better tie the Torah up away from both Bacchus right now." "Okay," said Pastor Masek as he took the heaviest rope he had and tied the Torah to a tree on the other side, away from the cows. He brought a bucket of water over to him. "That explains it. Plus the fence was really bad. I have so much to learn about the Bacchus and the Torah." Mark ignored the comment about the bad fence. He knew the pastor had done the best he could with what he had, and he couldn't figure out how any cow, much less the bull, had stayed inside the old fence even for an hour. "We'll make a gate here to finish up if that's okay, Pastor." "Yes, that would be nice." "What did you name the bull?" Mark asked. Pastor Masek laughed. "We just call him the Toro." Mark laughed. "That works for me." Mark fashioned a workable but simple gate with a board for the pole and barbed wire. He set it in place and closed it with a wire loop made from a piece of short barbed wire. The two men took off their gloves, wiped their brows, and tossed the gloves back in the tow sled. There was some wire left, staples and cinches. Mark tossed in the wire stretcher and the metal pole. He reupholstered the hammer in Tony's tool belt. "Pastor Messick, it still needs a couple more strands, but since we didn't take down your old fence, I think the Bacchus and the Torah will stay in for now. We'll put up the other strands later on if that's okay with you."